Hello everyone. In today's video, let us learn how to construct and test 4-bit latch using IC7475. At the end of this video, you will be able to construct and test a 4-bit latch using IC74LS75. Let us collect the tools, equipment, and materials required to do this practical. Digital trainer kit IC74LS75. Connecting wires, magnifying lens. Let us discuss about the IC74LS75. The 74LS75 is a quad bistable D-type latch integrated circuit, which means it can store and hold 4 bits of data. It contains 4 transparent D latches with a common enable gate on latches 0 and 1 and another common enable on latches 2 and 3. When Q follows D, latch enabled, the latch is said to be transparent. Construction and testing of 4-bit latch circuit using IC74LS75. Identify the 4-bit latch IC using a magnifying lens with their part number 74LS75 on top of the IC. Pin details of IC74LS75. Pin 1, complement Q1 output. Pin 2, D1 input. Pin 3, D2 input. Pin 4, enable 3 and 4. Pin 5, VCC, positive power supply. Pin 6, D3 input. Pin 7, D4 input. Pin 8, complement Q4 output. Pin 9, Q4 output. Pin 10, Q3 output. Pin 11, complement Q3 output. Pin 12, ground. Pin 13, enable 1 and 2. Pin 14, complement Q2 output. Pin 15, Q2 output. Pin 16, Q1 output. Collect all the components, check them by referring to the data sheet of the IC and assemble the 4-bit latch circuit. IC74LS75 has a 16 pins IC. Check that all the pins are straight and there are no missing, broken or damaged ones. Identify pin 1 on IC. This is usually indicated by a small notch on one end of the IC or a dot near pin 1. Begin counting pins counterclockwise from pin 1. This means that the next pin is pin 2, followed by pin 3 and so on. After pin 8, count pin 9 from the opposite side to pin 8 in a counterclockwise direction. Place the IC on the breadboard. Position the IC over the breadboard so that the pin 1 aligns with the notch or line on the breadboard. Carefully insert the IC into the breadboard, making sure each pin goes into a separate row of holes. Connect the input supply and ground to the ICs. Pay attention to specific pins that have special functions such as power supply, VCC and ground, inputs and outputs. Refer to the datasheet for a specific IC to understand the functions of each pin. From the pin details of IC74LS75, pin numbers 12 and 5 are allotted for ground and supply VCC. Connect pin 12 to the ground point and connect pin 5 to the power supply point 5 volts using the wires. Select any 5 toggle switches as input among the toggle switches from the digital trainer kit and name them S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5. Connect the toggle switch S1 to pin 7. Connect switch S2 to pin 6. Connect switch S3 to pin 3. And connect switch S4 to pin 2 as shown in the circuit diagram. Make a short between the pins between 4 and 13 using jumper wire and connect either the 4 or 13 pins to switch S5 as per the circuit diagram. Use toggle switch S1 as data input A, switch S2 as data input B, switch S3 as data input C, switch S4 as data input D, and switch S5 as enable or clock input. Identify any 4 LEDs as outputs among the outputs in the digital trainer kit and name them as QA, QB, QC, QD. Connect pin 9 to QA, 10 to QB, 15 to QC, 16 to QD. As shown in the circuit diagram. Switch on the 5V DC supply and operate switches S1 to S5 for different logic levels either on 5V position or 0V position as shown in tabulation. Set the toggle switch S5 enable or clock to the off position O0. Set the input toggle switches at different logic levels and record the output in the tabulation. Similarly, record the output for the S5 in on position or 1. Inputs S1, S2, S3, S4, clock S5, outputs QA, QB, QC, QD. Inputs 0, 0, 0, 1, clock 0, outputs 0, 0, 0, 0, clock 1, outputs 0, 0, 0, 1. Inputs 0, 0, 1, 0, clock 0, outputs 0, 0, 0, 1, clock 1, outputs 0, 0, 1, 0. Inputs 0, 0, 1, 1, clock 0, outputs 0, 0, 1, 0, clock 1, outputs 0, 0, 1, 1. Inputs 0, 1, 0, 0, clock 0, outputs 0, 0, 1, 1, clock 1, outputs 0, 1, 0, 0. Inputs 0, 1, 0, 1, clock 0, outputs 0, 1, 0, 0, clock 1, outputs 0, 1, 0, 1. Inputs 0, 1, 1, 0, clock 0, outputs 0, 1, 0, 1, clock 1, outputs 0, 1, 1, 0. Inputs 0, 1, 1, 1, clock 0, outputs 0, 1, 1, 0, clock 1, outputs 0, 1, 1, 1, and so on. The rest of the values can be seen in the table. Hope now you will be able to construct and test a 4-bit latch using IC74LS75. This concludes the session on how to construct and test a 4-bit latch using IC7475. Thank you.